Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. Today, you guys, I'm going to try and do something a bit different, you guys, that I wanted to try out. I think I did one video like this before, and it was the, like a WWE Retro Review video. Basically, on today's topic, as you see in the title, it's going to be over WWE SummerSlam back in 2006, you guys, to talk about all the great matches that we used to have in WWE that we don't have now, and all those superstars who have left, got released, got fired, left the company, left professional wrestling all in general. And so, you guys, before I get started with this video and talk about the matches and all the good things, you guys, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to my video today. If you're new to my channel, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. But if you're already a current subscriber, make sure you have post notification bell turned on. So if you're on your phone right now, scroll down, and where you see where you subscribed at, click that bell, and then you'll see the bell, the one that has the quote marks. It should say all, so you receive all notifications on any of my videos. So if you're watching my video now, go ahead and subscribe if you're new. All right, so anyways, you guys, let's go back and jump into the news. We'll jump into the retro review. So back in 2006, we had Carlito versus Rob Conaway in a singles match, you guys. It was a great match, I had to say the least. I watched the whole SummerSlam 2006 earlier today, and so you guys, that match, it was pretty, okay. Carlito, he had his little gimmick where he was like, I spit in the face of the people who don't want to be cool, and he had his little Apple shirt or whatever and all that good stuff, you guys. But Carlito, we seen him, we recently seen Carlito, you guys, at the Royal Rumble, I believe, and he looks better than ever. WWE tried to offer him a contract, but he did not want the contract. Well, WWE didn't give him, like a contract, but he came in and wrestled, and a lot of people were excited for Carlito, how he looks, very different now, and how his ring ability is, which is perfect. And so, you guys, with that match, Carlito, he ends up winning that match with a time record of 6 minutes and 40 seconds. So yeah, you guys, Carlito, a very talented wrestler right now. And he also was with who was it? I think it was, I remember it was Carlito and Primo, and then Carlito and Epico, I believe. Yeah, it was something like that. So yeah. Then that next match we had, you guys, of the WWE SummerSlam, on the WWE SummerSlam 2006. Cause we have the SummerSlam that is coming up August 21st of 2021. That's gonna be coming up. I hope it's good. Us as wrestling fans will be able to go back into the arenas as well. So we had another singles match, you guys, where we had Chavo Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio in the match, and Chavo Guerrero ends up winning the match, by defeating the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio. And Chavo Guerrero, he's another talented wrestler. I think he's like a third or fourth generation superstar. With Chavo, even before he left the WWE, they didn't really push Chavo as they used to when Chavo and Eddie was together. Let Eddie rest in peace. He's another great professional wrestler as well. Rey Mysterio, he's still wrestling today alongside with his son Dominic Mysterio. And we remember that time, you guys, where Dominic was when he was a little boy. You guys remember when Rey Mysterio was fighting Rey Mysterio was fighting he was fighting Eddie Guerrero in a ladder match to see who would get custody of Dominic and all that good stuff, you guys. But Dominic, from all the way back in the early 2000s till now, you guys, I know Dominic is very proud of being a WWE superstar. I know he's probably gonna wear a mask pretty soon. He'll probably, maybe get injured or something like that, get repackaged. But his father, Rey Mysterio, is one of the greats of the all-time. Little guy in WWE, underdog, and Eddie Guerrero, Chavo, Rey Mysterio are the great luchadors of all time. I have to say, in my opinion. Like this video if you agree with me on that. All right, then that match. Then we had the Big Show versus the what do they call it? Okay, it was the Big Show versus the suicidal Sabu. I know it was another name, you guys. I forgot what it was. I know it was the homicidal and the suicidal Sabu. He faced the Big Show. He faced the Big Show in a match. It was an Extreme Rules match for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. And at that time, you guys, Big Show was the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. I know you guys remember ECW as well. I think ECW stopped airing ECW. They got rid of the show. Because you remember Christian, I think he was the last person to be ECW champion, I believe. And I think they stopped ECW around like 2009 or 2010. So a couple of years after this SummerSlam back in 06. So yeah, you got, was it 11? No, I think they stopped it in 9 or 10. But yeah, you guys, Big Show won his match. Of course, he was gonna win with his choke slam that he always does, you guys. The match lasted for 8 minutes and 31 seconds. Big Show, he's now in AEW, known as his real name, Paul White. Then we got the homicidal and the suicidal Sabu. I don't know where he's at right now. He's probably wrestling over in Ring of Honor or something like that. Sabu is another, another extreme wrestler. You talking about an extreme wrestler? Sabu is the definition of extreme. So yeah, congratulations to both of these guys for putting on a good match. Telling stories and all that good stuff. Back earlier in the years. This was like 2 years before I started watching, you guys. 2 years after I started watching. Then the next match we had Hulk Hogan versus where he used to call himself the Legend Killer back in the early 2000s. And his name is Randy Orton. And so Randy Orton, he fought a singles match with Hulk Hogan that lasted 10 minutes and 56 seconds. And so Randy Orton ends up getting defeated. So Hulk Hogan defeated Randy Orton, and I believe it was with the leg drop, you guys, that he won with. And so Hulk Hogan, man, I think the guy wrestling like since the 70s, you guys, or early 80s. I believe it was like the late 70s though, you guys, that Hulk Hogan first started wrestling. And he was a great wrestler back in his time. But it's been a couple of years, like I'd say about like 10 years ago, probably like a decade ago, you guys, I can say that it has been like a couple of times where people wanted Sting, god dang, I'm getting a Sting. Every time I see Hulk Hogan, I'm always like thinking of Sting when they had their match. Did they have a match? I think they had a match one time. No, something like that. But anyways, you guys, every time I'm thinking of Sting, I'm thinking of WCW. I'm thinking of Hulk Hogan when Hulk Hogan was a part, of WCW back then, and all the good stuff with, of course, with the NWO and all that. And then Randy Orton, he's been wrestling since 2002 all the way to now. Randy Orton is the man. He's stuck with WWE for a long time. Will he go to AEW? That would be cool. But WWE possibly pays Randy Orton so much that they will never release Randy Orton unless Randy Orton just ends up leaving. But then again, they'll try to release more people to to get more money for big name superstars. But yeah, you guys. Then after that, we had a I Quit match with Ric Flair and Mick Foley. This match lasted 13 minutes and 14 seconds, you guys. And Ric Flair ends up defeating Mick Foley in that I Quit match. Another two great legends, I have to say the least, you guys. They were wrestling before I even born, you guys. So yeah. Also, you guys, then we had the next match where we had the Animal Dave Batista versus King Booker, and King Booker was the king, of course, and he was the world heavyweight champion. I missed that title belt that we had, you guys, and all that good stuff. But of course, he had his wife, his actual real wife, in real life, Queen Charmel as well. And this match lasted 10 minutes and 26 seconds. And this is when the Animal Dave Batista picked up the World Heavyweight Championship off of the waist of King Booker. And you guys, that match was very good, you guys. But the Animal Batista came out on top. Dave Batista, he plays in movies now, you guys, and King Booker, he does like he's like on the kickoff panel show on most WWE pay-per-views, such as like we're talking right now, like SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, so on and so forth, you guys, you know what I mean. All right, then we had another match, you guys. We had D-Generation X with Shawn Michaels and Triple H versus Mr. McMahon and Shane McMahon. So yeah, you guys, it was a tag team match that lasted 13 minutes and 1 second, you guys. And so, you guys, with this match, we had like two legends in here, Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Then we had the owner of the WWE, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Also, some people call him Vinnie Mac. Some people call him Mr. McMahon. Some people call him Vince. And of course, Shane McMahon, a great high flyer in the ring. But D-Generation X with Shawn Michaels and Triple H came out on top in this tag team match by defeating Mr. McMahon by defeating Mr. McMahon and Shawn Michaels in that match. And then, you guys, I believe this was the main event of the show back at the WWE SummerSlam of 2006, where we had the champion, the Rated R Superstar Edge. Of course, he was with Lita at the time, and he faced John Cena, of course, in a singles match. And the stipulation was, you guys, if Edge had been disqualified, he would have lost the title. So if Lita tried to get in there any kind of way, you guys, he would have mainly lost without keeping his title if he got disqualified. But this match ended up being 15 minutes and 41 seconds, and Edge retained his WWE Championship over John Cena. And so, you guys, Edge and John Cena, they've had tons and tons of matches before, about like a decade ago, then years later after that. So yeah, you guys, that was a great WrestleMania. A great WWE SummerSlam back in 2006. Of course, you guys, we had the awesome commentators on there. We had Jerry King Lawler, we had Jim Ross, we had Michael Cole, which is still there today. Michael Cole is. Of course, John Bradshaw Lakefield, he's doing the little commentating thing or whatever, the kickoff panel thing. Joey Styles, he's not there anymore. Taz, he's over at AEW. Carlos Cabrera, I don't know where he's at. And of course, you had Lillian Garcia, one of the best ring announcers, you guys. Also, Tony Chimel, another great ring announcer. Justin Roberts over in AEW, referee Mike Chioda over in AEW. But yeah, you guys, great. It was a great pay-per-view, I have to say the least. And we had these phenomenal superstars that are still around today. But at the same time, you guys, I don't know when the WWE will ever get better. Is the WWE for sale, like I said in one of my videos? Because if like I was actually, you know, notified or something of how WWE right now, like, well, so you got, I don't know if you guys remember WCW or not. I went to watch some old WCW stuff. So just like you guys are, if you guys that watch professional wrestling back, like when WCW was around, like the early 90s, where we had Ted Turner, bought WCW from Vince McMahon, and then Vince McMahon ends up now where you have, where he's competing against AEW, and AEW is like the WCW into the modern day of what we have right now in the 21st century. So you know, Vince used to compete, you know, with WCW, but now he cannot. He's then got older, and I guess he really don't want to do anything with that. And you guys, now he's releasing superstars, and I guess he's trying to make room for Brock Lesnar to return and all that good stuff, you guys. But yeah, you guys, thank you all for listening to my my WWE SummerSlam retro review video. I really do appreciate you guys' support. Make sure you continue to like my videos and leave a comment down below, and I will definitely reply back to it, because all notifications I get come to my phone, whether I'm near it or not, but mainly I'm near my phone all the time. So thank you all for watching Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com, and I'll see you guys in my next video.